Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So straight into the action. And looking down the list of names, it does look, Jim, as though it's going to be a 5-3-2. And a shot! Oh, he's just got under that.
Oh, did the keeper have that covered? I'm not sure he did. I think I need a replay on that one.
And he's been shifted off it. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Thuram. And it's Bruno Fernandes. That's tidy. Strokes it back, caresses it. Bullish header! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air, and what's more, he seems to really love a tussle. His passing's good too, and he never seems to lose it in important areas. I'd expect this team to notch up a lot of clean sheets with him on board.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. Now it's Thuram, played out towards the right wing. He is just caressing the ball. And he shoots! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Lamine Yamal really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And here's Yamal. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Bruno Fernandes. Neither side yet able to find the net. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Eder Militao. And he goes cross-field.
That's a great ball cross-field.
That has not gone well. Now it's Girassi. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Mbappe. Van de Ven. It's a pretty loose pass. Wan-Bissaka. Thuram. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. Fernandes. He's looking wide. There's Locatelli. Bruno Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka. And Yamal. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Girassi. Thuram receives it in a good position here. He's had a shot! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. And we have our very first corner.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Marquinhos. Timber. That pass isn't the best. Fernandez. And it's Locatelli. And it's Mendes. Nuno Mendes. Oh, sweet feet. Oh, he's played it in low. Yamal. Fernandez. Alexander-Arnold. Can he get it through? And a chance!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Still waiting for the first breakthrough, but not for the want of trying. Can he finish?
Vinicius Junior really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And here's Mbappe, and again, he's sorted that out terrifically. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent, it's almost personal, and it had to be. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Vinicius Junior. Played out to the left flank. Chooses to go crossfield.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. And it's Fernandez. And that brings the first half to a close. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. Not too much so far to lift anybody off their seat.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action. We're on the move again.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Yamal. Yamal will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior makes a dash for it. And it's Mendes. Oh, such a clever touch. Locatelli. And here's Vinicius Junior. Bruno Fernandes. And that is a little undercooked. Bremer. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Mbappe. That is good alertness. Eder Militao. Wan-Bissaka. Thuram being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Locatelli. Oh, we're still waiting for a goal to report here. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And claimed it back swiftly. Oh, that's a very decent ball, Matt. Thuram! And it's in!
Well, I don't want to be overly harsh on the defensive side of things here, Peter, but the build-up was so slick and executed with such quality, it made life just that bit too difficult for them.
Namdin have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, it looks like a bit of half-time encouragement was all that was needed, because we have a very different game on our hands now, Peter.
And Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's in a great position here, and he was alert to it.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
No, that's been intercepted. Nuno Mendes. And here's Vinicius Junior. Girassi. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see.
Aimed beyond the defence. Bruno Fernandes looking to receive it in space. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Yamal has created one goal already. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 10.
The two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Le numéro 22. Le numéro 4.
That tackle was certainly sturdy.
Le numéro 17.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Le numéro 11.
Namdin have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different. That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Van de Ven. Not the most accurate pass. And it's Soboslai. He's picked his way through. Pulisic.
Namdin clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Now it's Saint-Maximin. Yildiz. And here's Saint-Maximin. Tries a shot! And that's a tiny finish. And right near the end, we have parity. Simplicity itself.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
Well, those players out there must be exhausted now, Peter, but at least they have momentum, which all goes well if this goes to extra time.
Now it's Saint-Maximin. Burmo. Thuram. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
So a brief break, and then we will be back for more.
On demande aux bénévoles de venir se présenter au PC de sécurité. Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 13. Le numéro 12.
Stern test is for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time.
Changement en cours.
Namdin pay the price for failing to close out the match in normal time. Shot a goal! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
Ekatike fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Now it's Yildiz. Now it's Çalhanoğlu. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Paris Saint-Germain have their second corner now. Now it's Yildiz. Now it's Çalhanoğlu. That's destined for the flank. Threads one in. DiMarco. And it's Çalhanoğlu. Pedro Neto. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Pulisic. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
It's a good run down the right. Pulisic. Hakimi has it out wide and in space. And that has been cleared. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
PSG on the counter-attack. Oh, perfectly measured that. There's the shot! Oh, he's done it! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. This is a promising build-up. Hakimi for Rice. Van Dijk. And it's Van Dijk. Now, can they get him away? Zaire Emery gets it away, looking for the run. And he thumps it clear. Taken back almost at once. And we're halfway through extra time. The teams then separated by just one significant moment. How telling will that be? The next 15 minutes will decide. And we are already back underway. This really has been thrilling. Both sides going at it, and now for the final act. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rice. That's a good foray he's making. Try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
He's dealt with that very well, Peter. It's a real show of discipline.
Branthwaite. Oh, well played. And he's there to get it away. Namdin very much running into the last chance saloon.
Yeah, they're really playing in hope at this point, but hope is something you can always cling to.
Hakimi gets across to intercept that. Branthwaite. Lovely feet. Good ball. Real chance! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Now that is commitment to the cause.
All the big boys are set for this. It's like Land of the Giants in there.
Terrific effort! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. It's Yildiz. Çalhanoğlu. And that is as far as it goes. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end, momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're very much on the way now. Eder Militao gets across to intercept that. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Marquinhos, he's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Fernandez. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Tura, and that's been intercepted. A heavy challenge. Little pass back. It is early, but the game hasn't yet sparked into life. Passes short and sharp. Threads one in. Chouameni.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Now it's Girassi. Yamal. He'll try from distance! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Eder Militao. Locatelli. And it's Mendes. Mendes made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully. Fernandez. Here's Locatelli. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now, can they get him away? Chance here to counter. Great vision. He's through here. Thuram! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Namdin with the corner, there first. Bruno Fernandes with the clearance. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Tries to pass it through. This looks promising. Now it's Fernandes. And it's Bruno Fernandes. He's a sharp little ball here. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Nicked it back promptly. That pass has been well intercepted. Nuno Mendes. Fernandes. Gives it back. Thuram. Oh, they could break here. And it's Bruno Fernandes. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Bruno Fernandes. He won't be happy with that one. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Now it's Mbappe. Nuno Mendes. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Still waiting for the game's first breakthrough goal. Tchouaméni powering forward here, and he is dashing away. Shifted it to the flank. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes. Marquinhos. Van Dijk. Thuram. Here's Tchouaméni. Eder Militao. And it's Wan-Bissaka. Passing is crisp and sharp. That is the end of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Reflections on the first half?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
Well, generally speaking, an entertaining half. Lack of goals a notable thing, but that's not to say it hasn't been very watchable. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Namdin clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Timber. Bruno Fernandes is onto this. That is headed for the middle. Alisson claims it without any fuss. Nice sequence of passes, this. And it's Tchouaméni. No, he's just misjudged that one. Van Dijk gets it away. Yamal. He's having a hit! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Alexander-Arnold. Played cross-field, changing the point of attack.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
Thuram being watched hawkishly here.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Now it's Thuram. Bruno Fernandes has been caught there, it's a foul. And he has shown him a yellow card. So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Le numéro 10, le numéro 7, le numéro 22.
And it's Bruno Fernandes.
Le numéro 17.
A deeply frustrating game so far. Certainly in terms of the scoreline, it remains 0-0.
This is the time you need that pace.
He is just caressing the ball. Locatelli. And here's... Can he finish? Bruno Fernandes. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
And he's worked it through. Alexander-Arnold providing an outlet on that flank. And the shot! That's a good finish. And that could well be the winner.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist?
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 13.
So changes afoot here and from both sides.
Le numéro 32.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think. Namdin really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Spread out to the left, and it's Locatelli. Saint-Maximin in. Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book. The player's body language here is a bit grim. It is not looking great at all. Probably be looking to play it square from here. So he's plotting something before playing it in. Good ball, good take. Van Dijk. Pedro Neto.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Yamal receives it in a wide position. That's really well cleared.
Look, this is so frustrating. Passing without any end product is just passing time.
Now here's the delivery. Tries one from range. And that could come back to haunt them.
Oh, what a moment for him, Peter. He'll be losing sleep over that one tonight.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Locatelli. Thinks one through. That pass isn't the best. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That has been slung wide. Now that looks a decent ball. Vinicius Junior finds himself offside.
Namdin really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 4.
Two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Changement.
Branthwaite.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Marquinhos.
3 minutes.
Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. And that's been won straight back. Ekitike. Lovely feet. Tries to play it through. Now it's Pedro Neto. And he's definitely onside. Branthwaite. So that's it. It is all over. Well, that was tense. The two parties separated by the game's only really meaningful moment. Intriguing for the neutrals, unbearable, sometimes unwatchable for those with a vested interest.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous vous invitons à